تستمع إلى ميكس اف ام. التالي ليش هيب هوب مع حسان.
السلام عليكم أعزائي المستمعين، معكم حسان في ليش هيب هوب، واليوم يوم تاريخي بكل معنى الكلمة. سامي يوسف فنان بريطاني عالمي استطاع أن يحرك مشاعر العالم من خلال صوته وكلماته الحقيقية الهادفة. حيكون معانا مباشرة على ليش هيب هوب، وكمان عندي مفاجأة ثانية، خليكم معانا وعلى هوا ميكس.
Humanity today, unfortunately, because of a lot of things that's happened, a lot of the, now we have, for example, rationalistic thought, and we have rationalism. We're living in, of course, a secular era where basically sacred and religion mean nothing. It's relative. Everything is relative. So there's no absolute truth. And the problem that we have today is that words like sacred, words like God, our understanding of them generally are, it's sentimental. It's a sentimental understanding. It's not a real, true, in its true understanding. It's more emotional, sentimental. So until we understand, we get closer to, as a humanity, to that truth, to that center. This is my personal opinion. That center, that source, the nucleus, we get closer and we connect to it. Unfortunately, what we're going to find is that life, and the sanctity of life will always be a sentimental, will always have a sentimental approach. 30,000 people died in Pakistan through drone attacks. Yeah. It's just, it's collateral damage.
Brother Sami, I wish I can stay all hour with you, but I know we have a specialized time and I'm exceeded that. But before,
don't worry, I have another 5 minutes, though. I'm not your servant.
Oh, awesome. Okay, great. Time quickly. Sir, I was humbled enough that you've answered the question that I've asked you via Jazeera. Shout out to the Jazeera team. I've asked you about the hip hop movement, and you said it's a great way. Laish Hip Hop is Saudi's first FM hip hop radio show, whereby I'm trying to show that the power of the word is very good, and people are expressing themselves. I have with me here a very special guest. He's with me in the studio actually. His name is Sullee J. He is an American Pakistani origin. He has a quick question for you. If you can just answer it quickly, and then we'll go to the Horn of Africa. Here you go, Sulaiman. Here you go.
Assalamu alaikum, Sami Yusuf.
Alaikum salam. How are you?
Brother, mashallah, I'm doing great. I just wanted to say that I'm very humbled to talk to someone like you, because I basically promote the same thing. I promote Islam in my music. And I appreciate that you don't let your status get to you, because I see a lot of artists who promote one thing and do another. They practice without preaching. I just basically wanted to say that I get the same criticism you do, except being in hip hop genre is probably even more so sometimes, because they automatically categorize me into they think I talk about drugs or women,
thugs,
that type of stuff. But astaghfirullah. I wanted to comment on what you said. Is it prohibited in Islam, which I've done much research, and I've never seen any sort of writing in the Quran itself, which I always resort back to, because that is the ultimate source. There's no prohibiting music in the Quran. There's only prohibiting maybe singing of the Quran, things like that, or practicing what you don't not practicing what you preach. So for example, people who say one thing, follow Allah, do this, and then go behind the doors and maybe drink or go to strip clubs, do things like that, like stuff like that. I don't find nothing wrong in promoting awareness. I believe music is just another language. Some people listen to the words, some people just feel it in their hearts. Just like with your music, sometimes I'll play a song like Hasbi Rabbi, and mashallah, I'll start crying. Even with the words, even without the words, it'll just make me cry. It's beautiful. There's rhythm, and that's what there is in Islam. There's melody, there's harmony in our hearts. That's what it is.
God bless you.
Yeah.
We are one body and we are one essence. We're from the same soul. We're from the same essence.
Thank you very much.
And one of the worst things we have in today's day and age is bigotry, arrogance, and self-righteousness. And unfortunately, postmodernism has brought that into our tradition. Not our tradition, but the people following the tradition, people following, so-called, Muslim. We have it. Unfortunately, we have people like that, and we can only pray. We can only enlighten ourselves and try to, work together and to create that common love, to promote the common love and peace.
المفاجأة الثانية سالي جاي رابر أمريكي مسلم من أصول باكستانية حيكون معايا في الاستوديو. البرنامج لسه ما خلص، لسه 10:30. سامي يوسف كان على ليش هيب هوب. نرجع معكم. Sullee J.
What's up?
Sullee J, yeah. Sullee J أكيد سليمان هو رابر أمريكي من أصول باكستانية. كان أول مرة يعني يجي على المملكة العربية السعودية وأول مرة يسوي عمرة. فحنتكلم معاه كيف كان شعوره لما أول مرة شاف الكعبة، كيف أول مرة لما شاف المسجد النبوي الشريف. ما شاء الله. Sullee J, we have a quick commercial break, but before that, you're American.
Nationality Pakistani.
Pakistani.
Yes.
So salute to all the Pakistanis.
Shout outs to all my Pakistanis doing it around the world. I'm holding it up for you.
Inshallah, I'm sure.
Inshallah.
Sullee, it's your first time in Saudi Arabia.
Correct.
And I'm honored to have you on the show. It's Saudi's first FM hip hop radio show. I'm proud of the work you've been doing, and it's good to have you here. When you saw Al-Kaaba, how did you feel?
Bro, honestly, I knew about this trip almost about a month ago now.
Yeah.
And ever since, I just didn't know what I would say, what I would do the first time I would lay my eyes on the Kaaba.
What did you do?
Till like 3 days ago, the first time I did, even until I walked into Masjid al-Haram, I closed my eyes and I told my little brother, I was like, am I closed yet? Am I closed yet? He was like, not yet, not yet. Got there and...
You closed your eyes walking there?
I closed my eyes, bro. And
Mashallah.
he just held my hand and he was like, you're there now. Open your eyes. And I opened them and I was in a state of paralysis. It felt like, it felt like I was floating. It felt like I wanted to cry. I felt like I wanted to scream. I felt so happy. Like it was a mixture of many emotions. Even right now, just speaking about it it's really unreal.
Hearing you speaking about it gives me goosebumps.
It's unreal.
So that's the truth essence of how beautiful our religion is.
Bro, if that's not the truth, then people are blind.
Wow. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have a hip hop artist here, so he can talk for sure. Like I said, we have a very quick commercial break, but after we come back, Sullee, I want to know more about you. We want to educate the people about maybe hip hop, talk about what real hip hop is, talk about your amazing journey to Saudi Arabia. We'll talk about everything. What I do. We'll talk about the slugs, the jugs, the thugs. We'll talk about hip hop. Okay. يلا. هنرجع معاكم مع Sullee J وليش هيب هوب. Sullee J.
Yo, what up, baby?
Tell me what you think of this. This is from a group called Black Violin.
Okay.
They're using violin with hip hop. Check this out. Wait. All right, ready for it?
Yeah.
Now, scratching hip hop violin together. Now.
Yo, this is crazy.
It's coming. Check it out. Okay. 3, 2, 1, do it. Good stuff, huh?
That's vicious.
Yeah.
The irony behind it is my favorite instrument is the violin. And
really? Sullee J. Like we said, it was your first time in Saudi Arabia. You saw the Kaaba. You were like, a lot of emotions were flowing in. And this is your first time in Jeddah right now. You're coming in, you know, Jeddah city.
Yes.
Shout out to all the
city.
people in Jeddah city.
Shout outs to Jeddah.
What did you think about it when you first entered Jeddah?
Bro, I mean, with all the traffic coming at a time like this, I thought I was in New York again, just surrounded by a bunch of mosques.
Yeah. Going back to hip hop, you know, what to you, what does the culture of hip hop mean? What does it mean to Sullee J? Hip hop. I know that hip hop, I've been telling this on the show, that hip hop is a voice of the voiceless too. Go ahead.
So you know the last name I put in my name is Justice.
Justice.
So hip hop is justice. That's why I call it Justice. Justice is my name. Justice is hip hop. I make justice music. Hip hop isn't language to me. Hip hop is universal. Some people might not understand every word that I say, but they'll understand the pain in my voice, the emotions. So I try to put that in there. The truth, exactly.
You're real.
You can't hide from the truth.
And as long as you're real, do you think you're hip hop? If you're real, you're hip hop.
Yes, I believe if you're real, you're hip hop.
Okay.
Because nowadays there's probably a lot of unreal hip hop.
Okay, good. We talked about that, and you know the hip hop has been, you know, record labels, TV stations, radios. They only play what you call maybe the cheesy hip hop or the hip hop that has no message. And what is your intake on that? Because a lot of people would say, okay, listen, I want to have fun. I don't want to elevate right now. I want to have fun.
I mean, what's the definition of fun? Dumbing down a whole generation and worrying about your future, or you know, bringing awareness and making it better for you and other people
through lyrics.
Watching people grow, or you know, watching people sit there and then complaining about why it happened later when you're a part of the movement of why it happened later. They need to understand, you know, there's two types of hip hop right now.
Let me comment on that. Beautiful what you just said.
Yeah.
We're all part of it.
We're all
the problem is nobody cares.
No.
Like I've been to America last year, and I said, listen, for Americans, I told them, what you care about Palestine, what you care about what's happening now in the Middle East. They said, we don't care. It's not affecting us. Same thing happened here to people. If it's not affecting my garden, I don't care. I'm cool. So, but
it's selfish. It's greed. It's people are raised like that, you know. And plus, a lot of times I meet people, they don't even know what Palestine is. They don't even know about the floods in Pakistan. They don't know about Darfur. They don't know about these places where children are starving every day. We complain when we lose our phone. We complain if we get a chip on our phone. What about a kid who hasn't ate for weeks? You know, like what are they going through? Who cares about stupid phones and computers and all that stuff?
And you're right about that, man. But I can't believe we're in the 21st century, and people are dying from food, man. There's no water. You know, there's a quick story before we go to the amazing news. Quickly, I want to say it. I heard one time in Somalia, a guy was confused whether he has water, whether to wash his dead son or drink it. Imagine how silly that is.
No, I believe
we in Saudi Arabia we throw water away. You know what I mean?
These are real situations.
التالي ليش هيب هوب مع حسن.
نص ساعة زيادة من ليش هيب هوب، واجين شكرا جزيلا لميكس اف ام انه اعطتني الفرصة هذه. معانا سالي جاي، يلا. Sullee J.
What up?
Okay. So, Sullee J, a lot of people are tuning in right now from the US, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so shout out to the people who are tuning in.
Shout out to the people in the States.
Okay. We were talking about hip hop and how hip hop, how record labels, TVs have like somehow, let's say, destroyed the image of hip hop in a way. And, you know, what is your intake on that?
I was gonna say before, I feel like there's two types of hip hop right now. There's one real, and there's one, like, I guess, schizophrenic hip hop. You know, where one, either you sign to a label that people call it selling your soul, or
Yeah.
you know, you can do conscious music or awareness. You know, I feel like there's a fun way to make conscious music as well. It's not always boring.
Conscious music can sell. It's been
conscious
proven.
music can sell.
If you look at the people
Hip-hop
from
was
Outlandish.
built off of conscious music. It came
Yeah.
from conscious music.
Yeah, yeah.
So how did it develop into this type of sin?
But right now,
Exactly.
Sullee, right now, what's selling is, you know, topics about drugs, about, you
Yeah.
know, and this is the problem.
Basically, they dumb down the generation. You know, they avoid telling us what's really happening out there and just distract the youth. And they know that they can win that way because they target these little children who will just believe anything they see on TV.
One question. Who do you mean by they?
You know, just like corporations, the people
Yeah.
behind the scenes, the people who actually put this media out, put this footage out. You know, I'm not sure if it's the whole record label in general. There's not everyone on the record label is, you know, a negative person, but there's always that one person who has the power, who has the hand in there, that feeds everything that's going to the media outlets, that has that choice to either promote this or that at the time, but then he thinks, well, this one has more money, so let me do this. He won't even think about, you know, the effect or the outcome it might have on the other million people that are listening.
Sullee, have you been approached by a record label?
I have in the past.
I know you do things independently, right?
Yes.
I mean, even your Facebook, your Twitter, you have a great team, of course, but you control everything.
Yes, I
Yeah.
control everything.
And even your
I do
shows,
have a
you know?
team. Yes, I do have a team. Shout outs to them. You know,
Shout out to all the team, yeah,
yeah,
amazing
yeah.
team, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about now when you mentioned hip hop in Saudi Arabia. When I first started the show, about 50 or 60% of the people said hip hop is for the people who are mindless.
Mindless.
Yeah, because
What
that's
does
what
that
they
even
see.
mean?
They have no minds.
Okay.
They're very they're so focused about how they dress and what do they do.
I would
and
like
rapping.
them to understand even one of my songs.
Uh-huh.
To understand the vocabulary behind even one of my songs if I have no mind.
Let me just say here, when I first got to know you through the internet, which is an amazing vessel to know people, I heard the amazing track that you did for a sick he was a sick guy.
Yes, Billy.
Yeah,
Billy
Bill.
Anderson. Correct.
And can you just quickly tell us about that amazing track, because that made national headlines, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was on, you know, it hit CNN News, it was
Yeah.
on CBS, it was on Fox News.
And why?
So,
Why? The story was there was a guy called Billy.
yes.
He's
Actually, like, a lot of my music, it deals with real life situations. Like
Mhm.
we're talking about, this is what I believe hip hop is. It's for a change.
yeah.
And he was struggling. You know, they didn't know what was wrong with him. His immune system had shut down. He was in the hospital for over 16 months. And he would go back and forth to different hospitals, different doctors, still no set diagnosis. And, you know, I saw his news footage one day and I was just like, you know, it just struck me. You know, I do things that I feel in my heart, nothing beyond that, because
Yeah.
that is where,
That's the
you know,
truth.
That's the truth,
Yeah.
exactly. It doesn't go beyond
So
that.
you did a track and you dedicated it to him.
I dedicated
his
it to
family.
him. I wrote it as if I was him in his position, and I wrote it as if how he felt about, you know, his kids, his wife, and how he's been hearing the same stories. And, you know, you don't have enough money, insurance, because that's what you know, a lot of hospitals do back home. You can be dying in the ER room, but if you don't have that insurance card, you can die right there, and they won't care. They'll
Oh,
clean
God.
you up.
We were
You know,
talking about humanity. You know, going back to, you know, your journey to Saudi Arabia.
Correct.
Did you think Saudi Arabia is like this? I mean, we're talking on a hip hop show. There's on Mix FM, Jeddah City. You've seen it a little bit. Did you think Saudi Arabia is like this from what you see on the media in the States?
Bro, the media promotes Saudis. I mean, the same probably 5-6 people for the past 10 years yelling, you know, yalla, yalla, yalla in
Yeah.
a big crowd, just making
that's it.
making everyone look bad. You know, basically degrading Islam. That's what they want to do. Take away the religion. But no, it's a beautiful place. It has so much history, and people who actually know that,
Yeah.
whether Muslim or not, they know what Saudi Arabia is. And then, you know, Jeddah, mashallah, is beautiful.
Yeah.
Mecca is beautiful. I went to Medina. It's beautiful.
Medina. How
Gorgeous.
did you feel when you? I mean, I think you first went to Medina, right?
Yes, I did. Bro, there's up and down. You know, Medina is one of the most beautiful places. Probably
Yeah.
is the most beautiful place I've seen up to date in my life.
Wow.
The people are amazing. The feeling, the vibe, everything was just great because everyone's in a spiritual state. But at the same time, there's people, like you said earlier when we were talking.
Yeah.
You know, who just, when you live around something, you get used to it, so you start taking advantage.
They take it for granted, maybe, that this. I mean, like you. I mean, you just said this is the most amazing thing.
Exactly.
Does maybe everybody believe that? Does everybody see that? Because I think it is beautiful.
Exactly. You know, some people are next to me while I'm praying on their phone. I'm in a state where I can't even think because I'm so in peace.
Yeah.
And someone next to me is having an argument on the phone, like about who knows, you know, God knows what. I'm just like, wow. Like, how? Like, I'm over here shocked. Like, people I know back home live their whole lives and then die because they don't get to come here. And you live here and you're taking advantage of a place like this.
That is a big wake-up call from the one and only Sullee J. Sullee J, you know, switching to hip-hop again. Hip-hop, you're familiar with the Arabic hip-hop movement, right? I mean, you met the guys, Lowkey and the Narcissist, Omar Effendim. I think you met Shadi Mansour even, right?
Yes. We all had a show back in
for Existence is Resistance.
Correct.
A big shout out to them,
in Detroit, and they raised money for Palestine. So.
What? First of all, what do you think about? I mean, briefly? What are your, you know, Palestine is. Every time I get asked that question, I get kind of pissed off because,
bro, I get pissed off when people.
Because it's now a natural thing to look at the news and say, oh, this is happening. It's okay. I'll just flip the channel. But what is your intake being an American? You know, of course you're Muslim American, but come from a Pakistani origin. But what is your take?
Bro, see, I promote Palestine. I'll promote Pakistan. I'll promote all the Middle Eastern countries. You know, I'll promote any country really, Africa, anywhere. I feel like a lot of artists nowadays will pick one place where they find a lot of oppressed people and start rapping about it because they know that's another way to market themselves. You'll see a lot
of promotion.
Exactly. And it's not real. And that's what really ticks me off sometimes, because when you do see someone like me that's doing a lot of things on the side that's not even getting noticed, not that I do it for that reason, but they you know, look at you like you're nothing. And then there's artists out there that they know are just doing it for the fame, for the money. They quick to sell their souls. They'll say maybe their first song is all about Palestine or all about a place like Ghana or, you know, anywhere in the world. And they'll make that one song get popular, and after that you'll never hear a awareness song from them. It's all about my cars, my money.
Wow.
You know, like, you'll see a lot of artists.
You see a lot of that.
Yeah.
Sullee J, I'm very excited, very honored to have you. I have a very special song for you. I want to play it right now.
Let's go.
It's for Sami Yusuf, and then we're gonna get back to the one and only Sullee J. Can you guess what the track is?
Hasbi Rabbi.
Haha. That's it. Hasbi Rabbi. Sami Yusuf. إنسان رائع جدا والله, a great artist, great human being before being an artist. معايا أنا Sullee J, فنان أمريكي من أصول باكستانية, معايا هنا على ليش هيب هوب. بس دحين خلينا نسمع الأغنية الرائعة حسبي ربي, سامي يوسف, مباشرة على ليش هيب هوب والإذاعة الرهيبة الفلة ميكس اف ام.
ميكس اف ام.
اوكي, رجعنا معاكم اعزائي المستمعين ببرنامج ليش هيب هوب, حلقة خاصة اليوم. اكيد استضفنا الفنان العالمي سامي يوسف, ودحين معانا Sullee J. Sullee J كان بيتكلم عن الهيب هوب, كان بيتكلم كيف اول مرة هو شاف الكعبة, كيف اول مرة هي اول مرة زيارته على السعودية هنا, اول مرة يشوف الكعبة, كيف يعني احاسيسه كلها ما اعرف ايش يقول, وكيف نحن كعالم هنا موجودين في السعودية المفروض انه نحن ما ناخذ هذا الشيء يعني take it for granted, ولا ناخذ هذا الشيء انه يعني دائما نحترم هذا الشيء, لانه مكة يعني 40 دقيقة بعيدة عن جدة هنا ما شاء الله, فلازم دائما نحترم هذا الشيء ما شاء الله. Sullee J.
Yeah, what up?
We were talking about hip hop, or a lot of questions surround hip hop regarding the clothing of hip hop, the attitude. There's a certain swag, hashtag, attitude, style, clothing, even the way you talk. Even when you say, for example, people who are not into hip hop, they would say, yo, what's happening, my man? You know what I mean? Yeah, yo. And this is what people think hip hop is. And that's why people in Saudi Arabia, they say, oh, you guys are the people who don't know how to talk. Oh, you guys are the people that, you know, you lower your pants lower and all that stuff. What do you say about that?
I mean, who's wrong? Like, the person judging someone or the person trying to fit in? I feel like, I feel like it's just the image of front. Like, I don't even know why they wear it. Like, some people wear these crazy jeans which hang below their drawers, like we talked about earlier. That used to be a gay thing in prison. Yeah. So, that's up to them if that's how they swing. I'm not no one to judge, but that's up to you. Yeah. I feel like,
No, but what do you tell, like you said, like, don't judge, but the image of who's your inspiration in hip-hop? Who do you look up to?
So, lyrically, I guess I'd have to say, there's Pac, there's DMX, there's people like Mos Def, there's Talib Kweli.
Okay, when you said Pac and DMX, like, we had an artist over here that, so much liking Tupac, and you don't copy Tupac, right? You take inspiration from him.
I mean, my inspiration from a person like Pac was, his heart. He was real, regardless of how high he was in status or people looked at him. Yeah. He was still in the hood. He still went to kids,
But he was real.
He was real.
So if he rapped about shooting people, maybe he could shoot people. I'm not sure about that.
You never know. But I mean, I'm not saying, everyone has their ups and downs. But at the same time, I take certain aspects from these artists. I'm not saying, I'm 100% like this person.
Are you real when you rap about gangster and you're not a gangster?
Of course, you're not real.
A lot of people do that.
That's a hypocrite
statement. Not only in the Middle East, but in America, a lot of people rap about gangs and they don't know anything about gangs.
I don't know if that's like a self-esteem issue or what it is, but I don't know why you would say something that you are that you're not. I guess it's cool, maybe in that mentality, because majority of the people who are listening to hip hop nowadays is just only mainstream, and that's not even what you call hip hop. It's just the 5 same songs you hear over and over on radio.
Sullee J, before we do an amazing, you're gonna be spitting a freestyle for us. How can people reach you? How can what is your website? How can people get in contact with you?
The best way to reach me, so you can follow me on Twitter.
Which is?
SulleeJ85, SulleeJ85.
Okay.
There's Facebook /SulleeJ Music. I'm on Reverb Nation. I'm on SoundCloud. You just basically Google SulleeJ. I promise you'll find it.
And the way you're selling stuff right now, I mean, not selling, I mean promoting your albums, your tracks.
Yeah, I do actually have an album out that I released back in March. It's called Vindication. So, they can find that on MySpace, Walmart, iTunes, over 40, 50 stores.
Maybe we can bring it to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, no problem.
It's on iTunes, right?
Yes, it's on iTunes.
It's iTunes. Okay. Before we go ahead to a quick freestyle from you, would you mind collaborating with any Arab hip-hop artists?
No. Because
did you do any collaboration with the guys?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Nope.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm a down-to-earth person. If a person comes at me talking like you just explained, yo, where it is, Sullee, let's make a track about my Bentley when I really drive a Honda Accord with some Altezza lights, I'm not even gonna look his way. But if a person is genuine and I sense it, so I'm down.
Okay, quick question again before we go. We talked a little bit about Lowkey.
Yeah.
I know Lowkey is a lyrical genius.
He's an inspiration to thousands of people.
Yeah. What do you think about his decision? I mean, leaving the music industry. You think he'll come back?
I'm looking at it from a different light because not only does he have so many followers at a young age, but for a person like that, at a status like that, to drop what he loves to do and choose education, which is highly needed in today's life.
Of course.
I feel like, that's a good decision. To each their own, whatever he pleases. Yes. I wish him all the best.
That's great. Thank you very much, man. Sullee J, you're a hip-hop artist. You're going to do hip-hop.
Am I?
Yeah.
I was thinking about R&B. No.
Nah. Yeah, shout out. R&B, we have a great talent over here. His name is AZ.
Okay.
He's a Saudi R&B singer. Very, very cool guy. Maybe we'll see. We'll hit him up later.
Yeah, shout out to AZ.
Okay. We have this beat, man. Wait. We have this beat. This is a J Dilla beat. You know this track?
Any Dilla beat is heaven.
What does Dilla mean to you?
Dilla's one of the originators. He's one of the legends, man. Dilla is hip hop. That's real right there. You want a definition of hip hop? Dilla.
Dilla. J Dilla.
Yes, sir.
Kid. Yeah, of course. Shout out to J Dilla. Freestyle. Let's do a freestyle. Or you're gonna do rap on this track, or just talk to people on this track. I'm gonna, the mic is yours, my man. And I'm proud to have you.
Lines and
go ahead.
I'll end it with something.
Yo, hire the beat.
Check.
Right.
Sullee J. Justice. From Baltimore to Jeddah, I rise like the tribe of Tribeca. Check on the guests, on the yeah. I'm on a quest to replenish the soul inside. I got a spiritual mind reflector. I spit divine rhythm every 16 bars, sublime lecture. Wise with time, slides of knowledge through minds. I spit to open your eyes and redefine blind sectors. Check, I seen the body of the late great prophet. Peace be upon him, yes, peace be upon him. What I preach, I speak beyond the enigma of a DC Steve Hawkins. I'm a beast, besieged to bestow peace among these streets often. Check the streets of Gaza, streets of Kashmir. I got a spiritual army that even the dead presence on my cash fair. I'm a mystical figure, non-mythical. God made me from a cloth that's off invincible. I'm a living purpose, emerged from a light above. The earth has never surfaced it. Nope. These believers don't wanna claim me, believers wanna blame me, cause they know it's in their hearts that I'm the chosen one. God made me, that means no man in this world could change me. I got justice in my name, revelation in the making. Haha, see I don't care about the level or status, that's the devil's theme. A marriage between you and your money make you think you're oh so benevolent. But what a malevolent habit. See it matters whether it's an ounce of good or an ounce of evil. Myth call it everything, so please count my people. I ain't here to cause or wreak havoc unless you force it. I'm surrounded by elite forces. I was put here to increase your belief and reinforce it. I'm the best you ever had, that's no Drake metaphor, kid. I'm a morph source to the fourth dimension, created by the Lord, no origin. I reassure your senses on the road to redemption. I'm pure bliss, the cure before the infection in your soul causes an orifice. Switched, check, figured I elixir, the mixture of a vigorous fire fisher. The figure, the lyrics is literate, higher picture. The definite sentiment sent to be heaven's irrelevant, irrelevant, degenerates causing negligent. The pessimist, a pessimist who rest assures the people will change, but outcast the resident. Better than presidents, precedent, past, future, and never been evidence. The element amended by God himself, most generous. I'm a prophecy, a tone, formerly known as the ghost element.
Sullee. Wow. Sullee J.
What up, baby?
Wow.
Hip hop in the building, yes sir.
Hip hop is in Jeddah, man. Wow, that's amazing, man. Really, shout
outs to Big Ass, that's my homie.
Shout out to you, man. Really, shout out to you. I mean, we have 3 more minutes to end the show.
Yes sir.
Sullee J, what is your thought about Saudi having FM show called Why Hip Hop? The show is called Why Hip Hop in English.
Okay.
And focuses about the true essence of hip hop. Does this kind of show exist in the US? Like stuff like that? I know there's a lot of college radios, but I'm talking about on the mainstream FMs. Like the big FMs in New York.
They will never play. I don't think they will play a culture remix or anything that I
Why
spit
not?
right now. It's not marketable, like we said before. People don't want to hear the
Mix
truth.
FM is the number 3 or number 2 even radio station in Saudi Arabia, and it has this show.
Honestly, I think it's beautiful because I'm here right now.
Yeah,
so that makes it even better, right?
Yeah, you are.
This show's amazing. I mean,
course,
I'm happy you have this,
Yeah.
because people out here really need to hear the truth, and because you only promote truth, I feel like it's only a benefit to the listeners, if anything. So,
thank you, man. Thank you very much.
No doubt.
Sullee J, what is your message to the people of Saudi Arabia? Now they're listening to you, and I want to try to, translate as much as I can. So get slow on me, so I can translate it.
No problem.
So Sullee J عنده رسالة للسعودية. Okay, Sullee J, go ahead. أنا هحاول ترجم أكيد. Go ahead.
Main thing, I'm a victim of believing in thyself. So my main thing is believe in yourself, regardless if, even your parents tell you not to, you can't do something. My parents, probably my dad told me almost every day that I won't make it. And alhamdulillah, what God has written, God has written.
Wow.
You don't have the eraser.
Let me just
he
go
has the pen.
Yeah. Wow. Sullee J بيقول انه دائما انتم يعني لازم دائما تؤمنوا في نفسكم، تؤمنوا بالاشياء اللي تسووها، احلموا، واذا اشتغلتوا كويس ان شاء الله حتلاقوا هذا الحلم يصير حقيقة ان شاء الله. Sullee J, man, it's an honor to have you on the show. Thank you very much.
It's an honor to be here, man.
Much love and salute to you, and we wish you a safe journey back to the US.
Much love, Big Ass.
All right, my man.
Everybody, shout outs to everybody once again in Jeddah, Mecca, and Medina, all of Saudi. I love you.
alright.
Peace.
Salam alaikum, man. Peace.
Walaikum assalam.
اوكي اعزائي المستمعين، وصلنا لاخر فقرة واخر البرنامج ليش هيب هوب. اليوم كان ساعة ونص مع الاسطورة سامي يوسف وكي، كان معانا سالي جاي. تحية لكم كلكم. Peace and love and salute.